All right. I actually showed up for a Wednesday show. Let's fucking do it.
It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show.
Hey, it's time for the Dusty Show. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the only show currently on YouTube. It's true. You can check. It's the Dusty Show, and fuck yeah, hump day. We did it, folks. Did a show Monday, and I showed up for Wednesday, so I'm up two. Let's see if I can hit a three-peat on Friday. We'll fucking see. How's it been doing tonight? Not going to be a giant show. Not a whole lot happened since I last joined you. You know what I did? I watched that American Primeval on the Netflix, and gotta say, it's the best new show of this year so far. I love a good Western, but even beyond a good Western, I love shows that don't try to sugarcoat shit. It's just raw and cruel and violent and the way the world really is. And so highly recommended. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Matt Walsh also had thoughts, so we're going to make fun of him. But as always, folks, super chats are open. It's the lifeblood of the show. It's literally how I keep the lights on. No questions dodged. To me and the cats over here, you click this dollar sign. You can ask us questions. I do most of the talking, but they'll pipe in from time to time. So super chat me. Let us know what you think. And all right. Hey, good news-ish, I guess. We'll see what the fuck happens. We're going to discuss it. But I don't think I've ever began the show with the Free Palestine before. So first time for everything. Hopefully it'll last, maybe. Palestine, Zionists can lick my balls. Still can, Zionist. And yep, I've gotten PTSD over the last year covering this, watching all the body parts of the children strewn everywhere. These fucking psychopaths declaring that they have no agency, they have no responsibility. Every child they kill is somehow the fault of Hamas. No matter how many bombs they drop, they can fucking shoot a little kid in the back of the head that's running away. Hamas made them do it. It's always Hamas. We're all looking fucking Hamas-y. So anyway, CNN, Israel, and Hamas agreed a 6-week ceasefire. Of course, Israel are liars. Can't trust a goddamn word they say. We'll see. Hamas had told multiple outlets that its delegation has handed its approval of the proposed ceasefire deal to mediators in Qatar and Egypt. Of course, Hamas has been trying to get a ceasefire from the very beginning, really. It's Israel who has balked at it continuously. Israel's starting point is you all have to be eradicated and die and not exist anymore. And Hamas is like, well, that's not a beginning proposition for a ceasefire. That's like if you've destroyed our entire country, then, you know, we'd have to give up. That's a surrender. That's not a ceasefire negotiation, though. So they never really wanted a ceasefire to begin with. They just wanted to eradicate the Palestinian people. A Hamas official said the group's leader, I ain't pronouncing that name, has delivered approval of the ceasefire agreement to mediators in Doha, Al Jazeera, Arabic, and Sky News. BBC is also reporting that a Hamas official said it had told Qatar and Egyptian mediators that Hamas has approved the ceasefire agreement. The deal would involve a 6-week initial ceasefire phase, the gradual withdrawal of Israeli forces, the release of hostages held by Hamas, and the release of Palestinian detainees held by Israel. I love the way they put this, too. Release of hostages held by Hamas and Palestinian detainees. Yeah, they're the hostages, folks. Yeah, I mean, Israel has kidnapped thousands of more hostages than Hamas is. That was part of what kicked this whole thing off. They wanted their hostages back. You know, they're prisoners. They wanted them back. So they took some Israeli ones to try to get them back. I guess they're going to get a few back, though, folks. We'll see. I guess it's going to be 1,000-to-1 trade because they have thousands of more in Israeli prisons under no charges than Hamas has. So hopefully a lot of Palestinians going to get released on this one. But obviously exactly what you expected took place. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden took to the airwaves to try to take credit for this. First off, Joe Biden out there.
And the Secretary of State. Let's listen.
Good afternoon.
Fuck you.
It's a very good afternoon. Because at long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas.
Literally no thanks from you. You had nothing to fucking do with it, you lying sack of shit. I agree with Emma Vigilante here. This old fool, he's so mentally diminished that he either couldn't process his humiliation at Netanyahu's hands, or his bloodlust was reflexive. Yeah, completely humiliated. This whole thing is a show set up by Netanyahu to give Donald Trump a win. He fucked Biden every step of the goddamn way. And you took it. You took the dick. You didn't fight back at all. You feckless, weak, pathetic, murderous, genocidal zombie just got fucked right to the fucking very end like you deserve. Just a humiliation of not just himself, but all of America. Knows no bounds. They got fucking used, folks. It's clear that Blinken, Sullivan, Hochstein, McGurk, etc. have been running things. A rudderless ship manned by a career not set goals. Yes, Biden doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing. Or maybe he does. He's just like a true believer, really, to me. In a way that almost makes him more dangerous than Trump, because Trump's more about himself. And if Israel pisses him off or he thinks his ego is going to be hurt, he's more likely to actually maybe stand up to them than Joe Biden, who clearly thinks they're God's chosen people and they can do no wrong and they can murder his own kids right in front of them and they'll still look they're nuts. Craziest shit I ever seen. Anyway, Sam Cedar, as usual, is correct here. Praying that Israel's genocidal assault on Gaza is about to end. Biden never attempted to force Israel to cease over the past 15 months. And that's not what's happening now. Trump has traded U.S. support of annexation of the West Bank for Gaza ceasefire win. The rest is kayfabe, and yes, it is, folks. It's all a show. It's all a play. I mean, to me, I think it's obvious that Israel is the one who came up with this whole plan to continue to murder children longer than they normally would have, but to give their boy Trump a win, the guy they wanted in office. They're trading a very temporary, very public ceasefire so that they can just ethnically cleanse the West Bank and take it over. I don't expect to see this last long. I'm going to show you at the end, they're not really ceasefiring. All this is just bullshit. But 100%, an amazing win for Trump, I have to say. Biden is out here so desperate to try to take credit for it. He's all over social media. He must have posted 20 times.
Because at long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas. More than 15 months of conflict, more than 15 months of terror
from you
for the hostages, their families, the Israeli people, more than 15 months of suffering.
You got to always preface it with the Israeli people, not the real horrors that have taken place that you caused, the bombs that you dropped, the missiles that you fucking sent, the untold horrors that you caused, genocidal Joe Biden. One of the most evil human beings you will ever witness in your fucking life, standing before you right now. This goddamn zombie ghoul.
By the innocent people of Gaza.
That you did.
In Gaza will stop, and soon the hostages will return home to their families.
Yeah, send the Palestinian hostages home. You never gave a shit about that. And then he put out this. Today, after many months of intensive diplomacy, you didn't do fucking shit. Donald Trump one-upped you. Israel, who wanted him in goddamn office to begin with, stabbed you in the back, stabbed you in your ass. They took the dick out of your ass for 5 seconds and put a knife in it, Joe Biden. Once a fucking again, fucked you. Just degradation knows no bounds for Democrats. And, of course, if you want to know the real scoop on what was going on, here's Brett Murphy, who was a journalist behind the scenes working at the State Department. Here's his take on it. How did the U.S. let Israel get away with widespread horror in Gaza? ? Since October 7, 2023, Biden and Secretary of State Blinken repeatedly drew lines on humanitarian grounds that the Israeli ostensibly couldn't cross. The IDF crossed them anyway. And each time, there were no real consequences. Using leaked documents and interviews, we pieced together scenes from inside the government as diplomats and experts repeatedly tried and failed to change the policy of not holding Israel to account. This is the human rights atrocity of our time, one senior official at State told me. I work for the department that's responsible for this policy. I signed up for this. I don't deserve sympathy for it. In November, State Department human rights leaders met with one of Blinken's top lieutenants and begged the administration to follow through on a threat to cut off arms to Israel for blocking humanitarian access. All year, senior leaders repeatedly disregarded their own experts behind the scenes. They cracked down on leaks by threatening criminal investigations and classifying material that was critical of Israel. Some of the agency's highest-ranking Middle East diplomats complained in private that they were sidelined by Biden's National Security Council. Here's state top Palestinian affairs official on why he's been largely absent from the public eye. They all explain it, folks. Anyway, it goes into great detail, but it's what you already knew. Every step of the way, Joe Biden covered for Israel, kept them from any kind of accountability, why he funded it, why he sent the missiles, why he murdered the children. And ultimately, that's why he didn't win the presidency again. That's why he lost to Donald Trump. And that is also why Kamala Harris lost to Donald Trump. Kamala Harris paid the price for not breaking with Biden on Gaza, new poll shows. What? 29% of non-voters who supported Biden in 2020 said U.S. support for the genocide was the top reason they sat the 2024 election, according to a survey by YouGov. No fucking shit. As I told you guys from the very beginning, it was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Both her and Joe Biden would literally rather not be president than stop murdering children. I can't explain it. Still can't explain it. They knew. They knew. Even Kamala knew. She knew from the very fucking beginning. Very well would cost her the goddamn election, but she wouldn't stop murdering the fucking children. She wouldn't stand up against it. So we got Trump again, folks. This is what caused it. The insanity, the cruelty, a country that must collapse. And of course, Trump immediately taken to the airwaves to try to take credit. And this is a big win for Trump, folks. An incredibly beautiful optic for the orange goof. We have a deal for the hostages in the Middle East. They will be released shortly, thank you. Then he put out another message. The epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, as it signaled to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I'm thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returned. He didn't mention the Palestinian hostages because to him, Palestinian is an insult. To be reunited with their families and loved ones. So I wouldn't be surprised on day one when he takes office on the 20th. They parade the hostages out there to give him the greatest optic anybody could ever fucking get. See, I told you before I even became president, I'm causing peace around the world. Joe Biden couldn't do this. I ended it just like that. But here's the crazy part. I bet you that they had negotiations. We knew that Netanyahu was meeting with Trump over the last few months. I would be surprised if Trump was like, hey, hold off on the peace talks, on the ceasefire, and then time it to right the day I get in office. Have the hostages released on that fucking day. And then you guys can do whatever the fuck you want to. You don't have to keep to it. I don't care. Like, obviously, after I get the optics, after I get the good press, after I get to stand in front of the world and brag about it, you guys can do what the fuck you want to. So literally, this man probably negotiated to have more children killed so that he could get up there and claim that he's ending the child murders. We're dealing with like Bond level villain shit here, right? Batman villain shit. Either that or Israel went to him with that proposition. Either way, because he's their boy and they want to give him good optics for the American people. Either way, though, I'm just hoping, less children will be killed. That's really what's fucking important. Maybe something good will come out of it. I'm trying to hold out hope. Because ultimately, even if Trump is the one responsible for it, if good things happen, then that's all that fucking matters. It doesn't matter who fucking did it. If Trump actually does something to make less children be murdered, I will fucking give him all the credit in the world. If this holds, fuck yeah. But of course, they're already asking Joe Biden, hey, who is responsible for this? You or Donald Trump? And to be honest with you, seems a little defensive.
Thank you.
Folks, credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke? Oh.
No, it's not a joke. You're a joke. Trump's a joke, but that's not a fucking joke. Trump probably more responsible than you are. And, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the Republicans taking to the airwaves to take credit for it. History! President Trump has ended the war against Israel. The war against Israel. Holy shit. Before he even took the oath of office. Oh, my God, he's so good, y'all. In his first term, the world was at peace. He literally increased drone striking 450%. We were fighting the Afghanistan war the entire time. We were in conflicts, military engagements the entire time. But you can't tell American people anything. They don't even have a 4-year memory span, so they don't remember. Just tell them anything. Commander-in-Chief, we can get there again. Thank God President Trump will be back in Oval Office in just a few weeks. Yep, he will be. True story. And I don't blame him for taking credit for it. I'm almost impressed, to be honest with you. Impressed at how well they are at manipulating things to make the guy who probably negotiated for more child murders look like the guy who is stopping child murders. That is just so evil. It's next level type shit. I would admire it if it wasn't incredibly fucking evil. But folks, none of that is goddamn important. What's important is this, the children, and at least for today, these children are celebrating the ceasefire. All they want to do is live, folks. Giving God credit, but not quite yet, because so the hardest part about my job is telling the fucking truth, and the truth is, despite a ceasefire and agreement, Israel have just committed another massacre in the West Bank, folks. Even though they're agreeing to the ceasefire, and both Biden and both Trump are getting out there claiming to be men of peace, claiming to be heroes, claiming to have stopped this massacre, the massacre continues right fucking now. They have killed over 125 children just in the last few days alone, and it's continuing. Abby Martin, Israel is ramping up their killing before the ceasefire takes effect. Reports 30 murdered in just the last hour. Friends in Gaza are elated, but also terrified at how many massacres they can commit in the next 3 days. So, this is the bizarro world we live in. You got our president out there bragging his ass off about stopping it while it's fucking happening, and the other orange group doing the same exact thing. But I'll try to have positive thoughts, folks. Maybe this will lead to less people getting murdered. Maybe this will lead to both American, Israeli, and Palestinian prisoners being released. Maybe this is the start of more peace. I'm not that optimistic, but I will try to be. And that is my free Palestine for tonight. Yep. No, I can't say that. IDF terrorist organization. Hello, Matt. How are you doing tonight? I did smoke a little weed earlier. Somebody sent me a bunch of weed. I haven't had any in a while, so I'm a little bit stoned. So I'm flubbing my words a little bit more tonight than I usually do. So please forgive me for that. Stoned, stoned as shit. Having fun, though. I'm enjoying it. Thank you. Need a little stress reliever every once in a while. I usually don't smoke weed on the days that I do shows, but I haven't had weed in a long time, and I was like, hey, do you want to wait to smoke this weed until after the show's over? And I was like, fuck no, I don't want to wait, motherfucker. I'm going to smoke all this weed. Get in my lungs, weed. So anyway, we got my lungs. So, hey, move right along, folks. Let's do some Chud Watch, shall we? Yes, we shall. Yeah, we are. Love you, Superman, even glare. Stoned as fuck. And first up on the Chud Watch, such a fucking moron. So Trump really wants, it seems like he wants Canada for something, 51st state or whatnot. I know he is just trying to distract us. I know he's just flooding the zone with bullshit, typical Republican stuff. Anyway, here he is claiming that we don't actually need anything from Canada. Then why do you want Canada to be part of America if we don't need anything from Canada? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, he's dumb. Let's listen.
A lot of them. We don't need Canada for that. We don't need Canada for lumber because we have big forests that we have, not utilized.
Let me rewind it.
We don't need Canada for lumber because we have big forests that we have, not utilized. In some cases, they're protected, which I can take that protection off.
Yeah, we have national forest, baby. Maybe they're protected, but I can just unprotect them. Who needs national forest, America? We can just cut all that shit down, plant new shit. Let's cut the redwoods down. How long do they take to grow? 10, 20 years? I'm not going to look that up, but I assume that's correct. For schmorshed.
And you take down a tree and you grow a better tree. That's, pretty common.
So common.
But we don't need anything. We don't need their fuel. We don't need their energy.
We do need their fuel. We do need their energy. They provide fuel and energy to a large percentage of our northern states.
We don't need their oil and gas. We don't need anything that they have. And
then why do you want to become a 51st state?
I said to Trudeau,
now, this never fucking happened. You can just listen to these words and this never fucking happened. But just shamelessly, he'll say fucking anything.
Why are we subsidizing you $200 and $250 billion a year? He said, I really don't know.
That's what happened. He was like, Trudeau, why are we subsidizing you guys $200 billion a year? And Trudeau was like, you are totally subsidizing us $200 billion a year. I have no idea why you guys are doing that. That is so stupid of you, America. You're very smart and handsome, Donald Trump, for asking me that question and for challenging me on it. Isn't that what happened, folks? Don't we know that would happen? Yep.
And I said, well, I don't know either. I said, what would happen to Canada if we didn't? He said Canada would be obliterated if that happened. I said, then Canada should be a 51st state.
That's what happened, folks. He said, Trudeau looked me in my eyes. He said, Mr. Trump, he had tears in his eyes. Mr. Trump, without America, Canada would be obliterated, please, Mr. Trump. And then he got down his hands and knees and he licked Trump's feet right between the toes. That's what really happened, folks. Trump said it. You can believe it. Just good God. So stupid. And, gonna get rid of the IRS, I guess, and start the ERS. For far too long, Trump says, we have relied on taxing our great people using the Internal Revenue Service. Through soft and pathetically weak trade agreements, the American economy has delivered growth and prosperity to the world while taxing ourselves. It is time for that to change. I am today announcing that we will create the External Revenue Service to collect our tariffs, duties, and all revenues that come from foreign sources. Tariffs are paid for by the American people. The prices are passed along to the American people. If China, it was going to sell you a shirt for $10, and then Trump puts a 100% tariff on it, it now costs China twice as much to sell it, so they're going to sell it to you for $20. They're going to pass whatever the tariff is right along to you. So what he's talking about here is getting rid of the IRS to make sure really that the rich people who already don't pay anything practically compared to what they make have to pay nothing. And the tax is passed on to us, those who are more reliant on foreign goods. All of us poor people who have to buy all our shit at Walmart, well, that shit's going to go way fucking up. We are the ones who are going to bail out the rich folks. A whole new tax agency to come after fucking us. So the rich can just do whatever the fuck they want to. I told you guys this a million times. Everything for them, nothing for us. And they must be out of their fucking mind. I guess they really believe the American people will never stand up to them. No matter how crazy it gets, there will never be a revolution, a revolt. I guess that's what they're thinking. And maybe they're right, folks. Maybe we've shown them our belly so many times that they know they can do any fucking thing to us. I guess we'll fucking find out, though. Literally shifting the tax burden for funding this country to the poor, not even the middle class, mostly the poor. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if that pays off. And then he went on his True Social to threaten NBC again, the airwaves. This is actually some scary shit here, folks, if you really think about it. So he's going after NBC because Seth Meyers told some jokes about him. That's like a staple of late night comedy, has always been. When I was a kid, fucking Johnny Carson made jokes about Ronald Reagan, George Bush. It's always been that fucking way. Can't remember ever it not being that way. But now Trump is threatening them about making jokes about him. How bad is Seth Meyers on NBC? I mean, I do agree with you. Seth Meyers is not funny, is not talented, is boring, and sucks. I'm on board right there with you, Trump. A network run by a truly bad group of people. Remember, they also run MSDNC. I got stuck watching Marble Mouth Myers the other night, the first time in months, and every time I watch this moron, I feel an obligation to say how dumb and untalented he is. Merely a slot filler for the scum that runs Comcast. These guys should be paying a lot of money for the right to give these in-kind contributions to the radical left Democrat Party. These are not shows or entertainment. They are simply political hits 100% of the time to me and the Republican Party. Comcast should pay a big price for this. So he's literally talking about putting fines, maybe taking away their FCC license to broadcast because they made jokes about him. He'll go out in public and say people like Mark Zuckerberg should be put in jail for life, for fact-checking over on Facebook. And meanwhile, these fucking cucks, speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, will then, after Trump threatens his life, will go on Joe Rogan and claim that some intern working for Biden was trying to censor them on Facebook. Never mentioning Donald Trump literally publicly threatening to put him in jail for life. But that's what we're playing with here, folks. The Broligarch has 100% taken over. Their narrative is the only one going to be allowed to be shared. Going to be some interesting times. And like I said, folks, they're all circling the wagons to kiss the orange nuts. Koch, who was very critical of Trump after the first insurrection, I guess they thought, hey, the American people are never going to vote Trump in again, so we don't have to kiss his ass anymore. Well, here they are. Tonight, President Trump received the first ever presidential commemorative inaugural Diet Coke bottle from the chairman and CEO of Coca-Cola Company, James Quinsley. Yeah, they didn't do that for Biden, didn't do that for Obama. But there you go, Donald. Lick those orange nuts. And then I told you guys about this weird thing that they're obsessed with on the last show, the flag being flown at half-mast. You know, Jimmy Carter died, former president. So I guess it's tradition. Fly the flags at half-mast for a fucking month or whatever. I don't know. Folks, I don't give a shit. It's a flag. Fly at half-mast, fly at no mast, fly at all mast. I don't give an ass. None of it. But they seem to really give a shit. First off, Trump raised the flags at Mar-a-Lago to send a message to all the other cult members in the Republican Party, and they all followed suit immediately. Alabama governors order flag raised for the glorious leader. Johnson at the Capitol building raised the flags right after Trump did. They all got the marching order. DeSantis in Florida raised the flags for the glorious leader. Dallin, Alabama, they did the same exact thing all over the place. Meanwhile, as I told you, the Broligarchy, they're really embedding themselves like ticks into the orange goof's ass. Zuckerberg and Bezos are to be seated on Inauguration platform. Zuckerberg's also going to host a black tie reception. So not only is he going to be seated at the main table, folks, he's going to have his own party to celebrate Trump's victory. This is literally like a Game of Thrones, where all the leaders get together and celebrate their victory. The oligarchs have completely won. They now own the country, and this is their time to put it right in our fucking face. How they own all of us. How they're our kings. They're going to feast and laugh at our defeat. At how much they own and control us. In this $350 million, I shit you not, party that they're throwing for the orange goo, folks. And then somebody posted this, and I don't even know what this means. Maybe somebody could explain this to me, but it says Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos will attend Trump's inauguration, and it has a picture of this. I don't even know what this means. Anybody know? No idea. Wink. And hey, did you guys know, since we're talking about Mark Zuckerberg, did you guys know that Africa has their own version of Mark Zuckerberg? It's Dark Zuckerberg. True. It's a picture. It's got to be real. So I don't know. I trust him. And let's see what else we got. Oh, apparently Zuckerberg already using his position in the Broligarchy to try to get special treatment. Zuckerberg urges Trump to stop the EU from finding U.S. tech companies. And he will, folks. All that money going to buy a lot of special treatment. Donald Trump going to pressure our allies into not holding our oligarchs accountable for the shit they've done. Welcome to the new normal. And I already showed you guys that one. I don't even know what that is. No idea. And speaking of this $350 million party, folks, at least they got the top tier talent in this country to perform. It's going to be amazing. They got everybody. They got Christopher Machio. The fuck is Christopher Machio? Lee Greenwood. I remember Lee Greenwood from the 80s. He sang something like, I'm proud to be an American. Is that him? I don't know. Rascal Flatts, who I've heard of. I don't know what they sing. Jason Aldean, who looks puffy as shit. Oh, I remember I covered him. Him and his wife are like anti-trans bigots, right? Silly Ray. No, that's Billy Ray this time. I would have preferred Silly Ray Cyrus. Good God. Oh, Kid Rock, of course. The Village People. Fuck you, Village People. And Carrie Underwood, who I don't give a shit. People seem mad, but I don't think that's any surprise in any way, is it? Carrie Underwood? No, it's not. I would think the Karate Kid, it does sound like the Karate Kid's name, but not really. Anyway, even Carrie Underwood's old fans matter. Carrie Underwood was the first artist I ever really stand. So this is really disappointing. You stand Carrie Underwood, that's a little bit on you. And even the Carrie Underwood fan group, Carrie Underwood Charts, is like, she disappointed the entire Generation Z, who she was our first country queen. We will be streaming now, I guess, Meg Maroney. I don't know who that is. Carrie sales have declined and will be none. Now she lost support from LGBTQ and POC community who loved her. We tried, but I guess love doesn't really win. Yeah, she don't give a shit about you. Don't ever put anybody on a pedestal. Don't ever be fans of anybody. Everybody fucking sucks. I say this to everybody out there who might be a fan of mine. Everybody sucks, including me, baby. I'll only let you down. Meanwhile, Waters is saying the quiet part out loud again. He's really excited that a white blonde girl is singing at the inauguration now because we are back. When white blonde girls sing, that means we are back. I wonder what he means by we. Who is we? I wonder. Let's see if you guys can figure out who he's talking about here.
Nick DiPaolo, quarters.
I don't mind tampons in men's rooms because when I go to bars, I run to the men's room and there's usually nothing there. That never bothered me.
All right, well, I'm just happy that Carrie Underwood is performing. When a straight blonde female is singing at the inauguration, I think we're back.
Yeah,
I think we're definitely back.
We're back, baby. Woo! We're back. Who is we? Who? I wonder. Oh yeah, white people, of course. I can't believe it. Finally, folks, white people are back. It's been so hard these last 4 years with the, what's that? He was white? Yeah, Joe Biden, the whitest human ever. He was president. Don't let that get in the way of the narrative, folks. White folks! Imagine if Kamala would have won. Imagine.
Carrie Underwood. I mean, thank God Kamala didn't win. We would have had to seen Lizzo's ass for 45.
That's right. You could have seen a black woman. We would have had to see a black woman. Thank God we are back, baby. White people back. Yay! And as a really oppressed white person, I'm just so glad finally our national nightmare is almost over. God damn it. It's about time. And oh my God. Jack Smith is like, Trump would have been convicted if he would have won. Trump, shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up and die. I don't give a shit. Fuck y'all. You didn't do anything. You didn't do shit. Shut the fuck up or he beat you. He beat you. Shut up. I don't want to fucking hear any of this stupid bullshit anymore. Just so annoying. For years, we got him this time. We got him this time. He would have been good. Shut the fuck up. Just so sick of it. No shit, dickheads! That's what I thought you guys continuously on this show. Conservatives don't actually believe what they say, okay? They have to pretend like they believe something they don't believe, because if they told you the truth of what they believe, you would just say, oh, well, go fuck yourself. Get out of my face. But so they have to pretend like they believe something crazy, because having you believe that they believe something stupid is better than having you understand that what they believe is actually way worse. So they're calling people broke. Brokey! Hilarious, because that's not what I heard from you guys 3 months ago. That's right, you guys were saying the economy was bad. You were voting for Donald Trump because you wanted the price of eggs to be lower. You're a special kind of brokey, aren't you? What happened to Trump focusing on fixing the economy, which according to you isn't a problem anymore? We only said that to get power and kick Biden and Camelto out of office. Yeah, I know, baby. I know you didn't believe it. I know that you don't believe anything you say. I know that you will literally say anything to take and maintain power. But thank you for proving me right once again. And then they had the confirmation hearings on Trump's picks. They have to do this dog and pony show where they go through the Congress and get asked questions and grilled and shit. But they're going to fucking vote for these people anyway, most likely. It's all bullshit. But anyway, at least it gave them an opportunity to point out exactly what cult members these people are, what yes men they are, how they were picked and why they were picked. And the reason is not because they're the best, not because of meritocracy or they're the most qualified. It's because of unquestioned loyalty to Donald Trump. In fact, they refuse to even admit Joe Biden won the election.
I want to ask you a factual question. Who won the 2020 presidential election?
Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
That's a non-answer. So that's very telling. You won't answer the fucking question. Joe Biden is the president. That's not what she asked you.
Ms. Bondi, you know that there is a difference between acknowledging it and, I can say that Donald Trump won the 2024 election. I may not like it, but I can say it. You cannot say who won the 2020 presidential election.
Silence.
Okay.
It's complete silence.
It's disturbing.
Yes.
That you can't.
So our new attorney general, folks, our new attorney general will not even admit reality because it would upset the dictator if she did so. So we don't have a government anymore, checks and balances. We have one man, a dictator, running us. We'll see, America. We'll see if that pays off. And then Pete Hegseth, who is the absolute fucking clown that they were going to get to run our entire military. This guy that has absolutely no qualifications, shouldn't be walking people's dogs, much less running the biggest agency in the world. Anyway, first off, they just ask him some basic questions that he should know, like about ASEAN, which I guess is some kind of treaty we have with multiple nations. Very basic shit you should know if you're going to be running our entire military. Let's see how he does on this pop quiz.
Not qualified to that, you could do acquisition and cross-servicing agreements, which essentially are security agreements. You can't even mention that. You've done none of those. You talked about the Indo-Pacific a little bit, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia, and trying to work on submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN. Across. None of those 3 countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
Yay, remember, folks, it's because of trans people that other countries are not scared of our military anymore. No, it's not because we're putting goofy people who have no qualifications, have no idea what they're doing, in charge of everything. It's because of the gays. And then also just asking basic questions that they refuse to answer. Hey, is it possible for the president to give an unconstitutional order? Obviously, yes. Obviously, that's possible. Won't even answer it, folks, because they know, regardless of what Trump tells them to do, even if he tells them to come after us, even if he tells this guy to bring the U.S. military against United States citizens, which is incredibly fucking unconstitutional, this guy is going to do it, folks. If you don't believe me, just listen.
Do you agree that there are some orders that can be given by the commander-in-chief that would violate the U.S. Constitution?
Senator, thank you for your service. But I reject the premise that President Trump is going to be giving illegal orders.
No, I'm not saying he will, but do you believe there is such a thing as an illegal order that Joe Biden or any other president, Donald Trump, could give? Is there anything that a commander-in-chief could ask you to do with the uniformed military that would be in violation of the U.S. Constitution?
Senator, anybody of any party
Right.
could give an order that is against the Constitution or against the law.
Right. Okay. So are you saying that you would stand in the breach and push back if you were given an illegal order?
I start by saying I reject the premise that President
I
Trump
understand
will be giving
you've done your
any
genuflecting
illegal
to him,
orders
but
at all.
This isn't a hypothetical, okay? Your predecessor in a Trump administration, Secretary Esper, was asked and did use uniformed military to clear unarmed protesters. Do you agree that
They're doing it again, folks. He won't even answer the question. I reject the premise of your question. Could not have been a simpler question, but does not want to answer it because, yep, military coming after Americans, folks. And then he got fucking grilled by Tim Kaine, folks, Democrat from Virginia. Whole 8-minute video was released, but I'm going to release this. I'm going to play this 30-second clip for you.
I will allow your words to speak for themselves.
You're not retracting that today. That's good. I assume that in each of your weddings, you've pledged to be faithful to your wife. You've taken an oath to do that, haven't you?
Senator, as I've acknowledged to everyone in this committee, not a perfect person, not claiming.
But no, I just asked a simple question. You've taken an oath like you would take an oath to be Secretary of Defense in all of your weddings to be faithful to your wife. Is that correct?
I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
In finalizing divorces,
oh my God,
I will allow your
such a fucking cop-out. This is why Christianity is such an immoral ideology. You don't have to admit to anything. You don't have to, he's being asked about it. Won't even admit to it. All he's got to do is say, my imaginary friend says we're cool. Literally, you can do anything in this world and no, you can get away with it. It just makes it so easy to be a piece of shit. If you could just say, oop, like it never happened. Now let me do it again. Oop, never happened. Clean slate. Oh, let me go get dunked under some water. Never happened. Doesn't matter what I fucking do. There's always an easy out for everything. Just so horrible. That's why our society is so trashy. And with no hint of irony whatsoever, the guy that works at Fox News says this.
Instead, a small handful of anonymous sources were allowed to drive a smear campaign, an agenda about me, because our left-wing media in America today, sadly, doesn't care about the truth.
Oh, God. Just so insufferable. Yes, Fox News correspondent. It's the left-wing media who doesn't like the truth. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene getting all spicy out there. And I hate it, folks. I hate that what she's saying here is right. Maybe not right in the way that she's saying it, but right in a way. Let me play it.
And keep your biological men who are mentally insane and have sexually perversive ideas, thoughts, and fantasies out of our bathrooms, out of our sports, out of our women's spaces. And if you want to continue to be the party that stands up for that absolute insane bullshit, we'll keep beating you election after election after election.
She's right. They will. They will. If you dare to stand up and tell the truth, which is, where are these trans people who are attacking women in bathrooms? Where are these trans people sexually assaulting women in bathrooms? This is not happening. They are not inconveniencing you by existing. None of this is happening. In fact, the rapes of children is almost entirely happening in your churches, which you don't care about. But she's right. Our society does not actually care about the truth anymore. They can use this stupid bullshit to win fucking elections. And those of us that dare and stand up and tell the truth are fucking doomed. You will be punished for telling the truth. You will lose if you tell the truth. If you show kindness and compassion, if you understand the reality in which you live, you will lose. Because we are America. This is who we are now, folks. This is what they've made people care about. Then she got out there to call her fellow congressperson a groomer because she dared to read to children. So, trans congresswoman Sarah McBride, I guess, is in this picture reading to children. Of course, immediately, Marjorie Taylor Greene got opposed. This groomer is lying to children. She's literally just sitting there reading. You can't even read to children without being accused of being a pedophile. Meanwhile, as I showed you every show I've ever done, it's almost entirely Christians, preachers, youth pastors, priests raping the kid. They don't give a shit, folks, and neither does America. America does not care about the children. This is one of the things like I told you before. They tell you something that they don't actually believe because to tell you the truth is way worse. They pretend like they believe trans people are actually a threat to your children, even though they don't actually believe it. Because the actual truth is we don't actually give a shit about our children. We'll literally take our children down to the church right now. We just think trans people are icky, and we would vote for conservatives. That's the real truth. But they can't say that because then you'd be like, well, fuck off then. Fuck off. That's why you should never even talk to conservatives. Never even have a conversation with them. There's nothing you can say because they won't be honest. They are not acting in good faith. Why waste your time? Case in point, here's Sean Hannity trying to talk people into voting against their own best interests by first lying about the California fires, but then claiming that the California fires have been caused by universal health care, universal basic income, living wages, and free daycare, y'all. Instead of global warming, which is absolutely what's causing it, folks. He's blaming it on things that are good, but are not even happening in California. Listen to this shit.
You know, the more we learn about these LA wildfires, the angrier that everybody, I think, should get. I think everybody should be very angry because this is what radical environmentalism is all about. It's also rooted and deeply tied into the socialist, Marxist, statist agenda, hence the Green New Deal. Guarantees government healthy food, daycare.
Oh, no.
A guaranteed government job,
what?
Blah, blah, blah. Everything's guaranteed, cradle to grave, womb to the tomb.
Okay, literally none of that's true, but all that sounds great. Imagine saying all that and act like that's bad.
Now, at the end of the day, I'm telling you where the money is going to come from. You, the taxpayers. And Speaker Mike Johnson said he believes that aid sent to California with all the devastation should probably have conditions. I think he's right.
Of course.
In other words, unless they practice the science of forestry, unless they fill their reservoirs, unless they have hydrants.
There's a drought, you fucking idiot.
And a plan to take care of any area that might be subject to a wildfire.
So I say we never send any money to anybody hit by a hurricane anymore unless you guys start acknowledging global warming and immediately taking steps to mitigate it. Otherwise, fuck y'all. Is that how this works? No, of course not. It only applies to Democrats, folks. And even Tuberville said it, folks, California doesn't deserve anything until they stop voting for inner city woke policies. That's right. Hey, even though California is funding the rest of the country, they make more money in that one state than like the 30 bottom states combined. All the blue states give incredible amounts of money to poor red states. We would disintegrate as a country without the blue states. Literally telling them you can't even have a little bit of your money back that you've been giving to other states for years and years and years unless you become Republican, basically. Economic terrorism, folks. Man, if I was California, I'd think about maybe like opting out of the system. All those federal dollars, maybe keep them in your state. Maybe whatever the Fed is providing you, provide it for your own people. Maybe fuck the government. Maybe it's time for the left to think about some secession. And, of course, lies, deadable lies, that's all they do. And even the Oregon State Fire Marshals have to take to Twitter to try to correct the lies. The big thing going around Republican influencers' talking points. Oregon sent 60 fire trucks to California. California won't let them into the state because California is unsure of emissions on the trucks. It's something I saw on a bunch of right-wingers' front pages. California is a joke. Get it out while you can. Of course, have to be corrected. We sent 75 fire engines. Your statement about our teams not being allowed into California is false. Our teams arrived yesterday and are working around the clock to help our neighbors. It doesn't matter, folks. They have to take time out of trying to save people's lives to combat the bullshit. And now that fact-checking has been removed from Facebook, there is nowhere to turn. Apparently, Elon Musk, we're going to cover it in the Elon section, about to buy fucking TikTok. Nowhere to turn. A complete stranglehold on all of our social media. 100% Republican talking points all the fucking time. Anything else snuffed out. That's where we're at right now, folks. 100% takeover. But at least we can laugh as the whole motherfucking thing burns down because they're such idiots. Guess what the new thing they're attacking now, folks? Guess what the new anti-woke mind virus is afraid of? Sign language interpreters. That's right, folks. The new evil in our country. Woke sign language interpreters.
I'm going to say this just off the cuff before I introduce our guest. Can we please just go away with half the screen during these emergency briefings to the sign language interpreters? I have nothing against, obviously, people that cannot hear, but there's closed captioning. I mean, this is just over the top. We can't do this. We got to get back to how it used to be. It's just too much.
Too much.
It's a distraction is what it is. The reason is they do these emergency briefings for fires or terrorist attacks, and you're looking at this and you're not listening. I don't like it. So we just got to.
What about they don't like it, folks? Get rid of. Hey, he can hear just fine. Why you sign language motherfuckers need to see shit? Read the closed captions. He knows better. But what's the other one? Christopher F. Rufo. Very, very popular Republican talking head. I'm sorry, but we have to stop with this ridiculous sign language interpreters who turn serious press conferences into a farce. There are closed captions on all broadcast channels and streaming services. No wild human gesticulators necessary. Was the only one, folks. Even right-wing dickhead Richard Hannity. The community note shows that the process has been captured by the disability lobby. It's not about access. Closed caption works fine. They have to pretend like it doesn't to force this absurdity upon us. They're forcing it upon you guys. And the ADA amendments of 2018 have led to a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Oh my God, sign language, such a nightmare. Have we lived with this horror all this time, folks? Please, this is serious, y'all. We are serious people. Good goddamn. And that is... Oh, I got one more to depress you with. All right, no, I got one more. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the new Republican Party, same as the old Republican Party, except they won. These are the people that rule us now, folks.
And you're not an American because originally you were slaves and you didn't even have value in terms of the political system. Then they were given like 3/8 of the value, right? Of
3/5.
3/5. Thank you. In my world, it was 3/8, but I live in a utopia. No, I'm just kidding. But it was like 3/5, and you go down, and it's like then amendments were made, and there was adjustments that gave you citizenship and the right to vote, but it didn't make you an American. It just gave you American citizenship. It gave you legal right, and that's why it doesn't take a genius to notice that black people and white people in America look, act, behave fundamentally different, both individually and collectively. Now, that's not to say that black people aren't valuable in the eyes of God. It's not to say that white people are better than black people, even if they are. No, I'm kidding. And
just kidding. But black people are not Americans. You're citizens, you lucky son of a bitches, but you'll never be American. So different. And yay, Republicans! They won, folks. This is what America voted for. This is who we are. Burn it all goddamn down. And that is my Should Watch Depressing. Wow, I don't know. We're not even surprised anymore. It's just another fucking Wednesday for Republicans, right? Poor disabled people. Fuck them poor disabled people. They need to read like the rest of us and shut the fuck up. And, all right, moving along, folks. Already an hour into the show. Oh, it's fucking halftime. Hell yeah. Hey, folks, I have a patron site. People are like, hey, Dusty, you are mentally ill. You cannot say the word patron. I don't know. Like the rest of Shut us up, Dusty. Shut the fuck up. How am I saying it? It's Patreon, right? Patreon. That's what it is. Anyway, I don't give a fuck how you pronounce anything. If you watch the show more than twice, you know that. Very first link in this video is to my Patreon account. Could you please consider becoming a patron? It would be awesome of you. I would love you. No note on the show here. No after party tonight. I didn't have time to put it together, but usually there's after parties at every show. And also, You get an alternative thumbnail for every after party. You're not going to miss that. Every thumbnail has its twin. Go find your twin today and help me out. And the floating cats, help me get the lights on. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you in advance. And all right, shut that down. Let me read the super chats and we'll continue on with the world's greatest show. Zamario01 Patois. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Zamir. Take my British money, funny money. You son of a bitch, your show is the greatest show. It is. You have great taste. I have ever seen in my entire life. Hey, I pays the cost to be the boss. So help me God, General Zod. Love me some Zod. I bow down to worship Zod. Rebecca Boy, superhero of the show, always the best among us. The thumbnail is excellent. Made it myself. I drew that shit. Okay, I typed and I pushed. I'm good at it, though. I do have ways to up-res the thumbnails. And this thumbnail on this one was actually 2 thumbnails that I put together into one, baby. I'm getting fucking good at this shit. Wishing all a great night. Hey, everybody's wishing you a great night, Rebecca. Everybody, heap love on Rebecca. One of the ones keeping this show on the air. Means a lot. Hang out with you tomorrow, Rebecca. Grumpy Queer. 29 months. I'm here. I'm queer. I'm used to it. I do not drink any beer. What? Wish I had me a beer. Thanks, Grumpy. Sarah Jossie. $20. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Sarah Jossie. I'm sure I pronounced that amazingly. I remember when I first found you on YouTube talking about your DMT trip. They deleted that off the internet. And why would anyone want to be a Christian? Still a good question. Love you, dude. Love you back. And thank you, Sarah, for your generosity. Basset Hound Gang. What up, Basset? Hello again from Ohio. What up, Ohio? Fuck yeah. I am concerned Israel will transfer the violence from Gaza to the West Bank. They're going to annex the whole thing for sure. Thank you for your coverage of this very important topic. You rock. Hey, you rock, Basset Hound. I appreciate you keeping me in business. And why is it crashing? Fucking the IDF trying to fuck my shit up. Oh, no, not today, Jesus. Not the fucking day. Kevin Milligan. 3666. Hell, Satan to you, Kevin. Dusty saw it all coming. I did see it coming. And is right about everything. Blink, 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 blink. Even how everyone sucks and they can all shut the fuck up. And that's the thing I'm the rightest about, to be honest with you. And it's all stupid bullshit. It is all stupid bullshit. Nazis everywhere. I need 10 Nazi scalps for every single one of you. Hey, and you got plenty of selection, at least. It's an embarrassment of riches. And thank you, Kevin Milligan. That is very generous. Swaggering Cat, the Farrells, as always, send their regards. Fuck yeah! I love you, Swaggering Cat. Scritches to all the Farrells. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Oh, Nazis, America, on MLK Day. Yeah, fuck that. I love me some MLK. I feel so alone here in Texas. Everyone seems oblivious to the shit show we're in. Yeah, Mississippi's no better, man. I feel sorry for my buddy Steven, who works a regular job, and he says literally 100% of the people in his job are Trump supporters. That's the way it is everywhere, fucker. It's nuts, y'all. Living in a nightmare. You can game with me anytime. Hell yeah, Wizard Kitty. Hey, you should come play. I was thinking about playing New World. They're like having their seasonal event. They're having new servers that you re-roll on, and everybody's PvP all the time, and there's new weapons and shit. I don't know. I might play that. So if anybody wants to PvP with me, let me know. Yeah, Dusty, I've been looking forward to the show all day. Hey, the show has been looking forward to you all day, Haley. I appreciate you. Apologies, I'm late to the show. No forgiveness. Get ready for the next 4 years. Fight! Fuck yeah. You gave me $5. You're forgiven. And all right, that is all the super chats. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, please let me know. Well, thank you. Everybody donated, and still plenty of time to get your super chats in. I'm going to read all the rest of them at the end of the show. But let's move on and do a little something I like to call Here Shall Be Elon. A short Elon tonight. President Elon back at it this week. First off, apparently he's in talks to buy TikTok from China. Now, there's been multiple stories about this. China says it's not true, but it's true. And I'd say he's got a good shot at it. Apparently, him and Kevin O'Leary are in talks to buy TikTok, and also Mr. Beast has a group of billionaires. So I'm guessing it's going to end up in the hands of Elon, but if not, it's definitely going to end up in the hands of billionaires. So the right is going to take over yet one more social media website. You can expect it to become exactly like Twitter, where Twitter is set up to where all the top comments on any post, all the top ones are right-wingers, just about 90% of them, because it's only blue check marks at the top. 90% of the blue check marks are right-wingers. So at the very top of every post, 90% of the first things you read are right-wingers. And he has the system set up now to where if the blue check marks, who are 90% right-wingers, like your post, basically, it spreads further. And if they thumbs down your post, it spreads less. So basically, they have right-wingers that decide what's amplified and what gets snuffed out. You could expect TikTok to be the exact same way. That's the reason they're buying it. They don't actually give a shit about free speech or China or anything. They just want to 100% control the narrative. They want to 100% lock it down, make sure the left-wing message cannot get out, cannot spread. We have no way to organize. We have no way to counter narrative, nothing. And that's what's happening here, folks. I wish I had better news, but that is what's happening. 100% lockdown on all the information. That's already where we're at, but they're even locking it down further. Like they don't already have enough control. Dusty made what up? What did I make up? TikTok is already trash. Yes, TikTok is already trash, but at least it's not right-wing trash. At least they don't have a algorithm specifically designed to push right-wing narratives. And talks to sell to him and Mr. Beast, like I said. I'm still waiting on what I made up. And then apparently there's a new website, a new Chinese website that all the TikTok people are storming to. Apparently TikTok is going to be deleted in the next couple days, this weekend or something. So all the kids are like, fuck this. We're going to find a new Chinese app to spread videos all over. Oh, I made up Not Today, Jesus. All right, I did make that up. I'll take credit for that one. Thank you, JB Nation. And apparently it's called Redbook. It's a weird Chinese word, but I guess it translates to Red Book. And I went and checked it out. This is the first video I saw. Oh my God! Based! It's Murder Bay! Hell yeah, baby! A sexy Red Book. So maybe the kids will be all right. Maybe we'll find some other Chinese channel to end up on. And then, I guess, last on the Elon section, the SEC is suing Elon Musk because he lied about something. It's just so stupid. Oh, my God. You know, Elon Musk laughs when he sees shit like this. He's like, bitch, I just bought the election. What is the SEC going to do to me? Nothing. They're not going to do anything to him. This is just so stupid. This is like them telling us Trump is finally going to get his for 5 years and then nothing happening. I don't believe you anymore. Just shut the fuck up already, and that is my He Shall Be Elon section for tonight. Luigi! Free Luigi! They're going to kill our boy Luigi, though. They're going to do it just to dispirit us all. Watch. Same reason the Daughters of the Confederacy put up all those Confederate monuments in order to stick it to black folks. That's exactly what they're going to do to Luigi. They're going to kill him right in fucking front of us to stick it to us. We're in control, motherfuckers. The rich own you. There's nothing you can do. You can't fight back. If you try to fight back, we'll kill you. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to send a clear and loud message to us. I ain't even pretending. I'm just sitting here LARPing all day long, LARPing about fuck around and find out, and we want to bathe in your blood and all this shit. Going to stretch your neck. I'm just LARPing, y'all. I ain't pretending like I ain't full of shit. I am so full of shit. We're all full of shit. We ain't going to do shit. We ain't going to do shit. And that... Move right along. I don't know. Let's just do some religious bullshit. He didn't kill anybody. He was with me all night, baby. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Goes the dynamite, and folks, you're not gonna believe this one. It has been 1 day since my last show, so they finally caught one. Wisconsin pastor gets 11 years on child sex charges. Hey, I looked to see if Marjorie Taylor Greene had anything to say about this, and I can't believe it. She had nothing to say about any of these ever. What? Curious. A former racing pastor convicted of child enticement was sentenced Monday to 11 years in prison. Not enough. And it's been 1 day, so clearly there's more than one. Texas evangelical pastor Bruce Holland has been sentenced to only 2 years in prison for possessing and distributing images of little girls being sexually abused. Gee, who would have ever guessed? And Oh, this guy, Georgian Christian school teacher Joshua Blackston, who pled guilty to 7 counts of sending nude images of himself to female students and requesting nude images of them, has been sentenced to only 3 years in prison. Imagine being at your school and sending nude pictures to your students and thinking you're not going to get in trouble for that. Just good God. I can't even place myself in the mind of people that are this fucking stupid. But what you gonna do? And then people always get mad at me when I say religion is a mental illness, and I don't know how you can watch it like this and not think it's a mental illness. These are people who are clearly have like bats in their belfry, but they're also so desperate to belong to a group of people and so desperate to signal to those group of people that they actually belong to them, that they are part of the cult and they can be accepted as part of the cult. And this is the links they're willing to go to prove to everybody that they're one of them, folks. Man, I feel sorry for them where it's so fucking weird. I mean, they just need a hug and some positive encouragement and to know you don't have to be around these kind of crazy assholes to have acceptance and find love and camaraderie. You don't have to stoop that low, but I don't know. I guess there's no hope for these people. And that, folks, I'm starting to think God might be sort of an asshole.
Why didn't God stop the fires in LA?
He's a piece of shit. If he's all powerful, he definitely has the power to stop them. So the only thing I can think of is that he's a monster.
God stop the fires in LA. Let me tell you why. Okay. Because God is not stopping what God is allowing. We want to live our lives without God until we see our beautiful homes and our beautiful cars and everything that we have built burn to ashes. Then, and only then, we want God to intervene in our lives. Well,
okay, if I had kids and my kids fucking disowned me, didn't love me anymore, didn't want to have anything to do with me, I would not burn my kids' shit as punishment for not loving me, okay? If I had the power to stop them from being harmed in any way, I would stop it, regardless of whether they love me or not, or they talk to me or they accepted me or not, because that's what unconditional love is. So what you're saying is that I, a mere mortal, am more moral than your God is. Then why do you worship him?
How convenient. Let me tell you something. It doesn't work like that. We can mock God and not expect him to correct us. God is a person, not a joke.
Where are you at then? He is a joke. You're a joke. It's all a fucking joke. If he's a person, enter goddamn deuce me. If you can't, shut the fuck up.
Suffering comes, we need to keep this in mind. If we knew the character of God, we would understand why bad things happen. Suffering is allowed either to correct us or to cleanse us or to redirect us, but it always has a purpose. So in the midst of the chaos, always keep this in mind. There's always something good, and there's always a lesson, and there's always something bigger.
That's right. God's punishing you because you deserve it. Anything bad that happens to you, it's because of your bad. And, oh, no shit. Study shows atheists are more likely to treat Christians fairly than Christians treat atheists. Yeah. Tell me something I don't already know. This is basically what I was talking about before, how Christianity is an incredibly immoral ideology where it allows you to do anything. And instead of making amends to the person you hurt, all you have to do is, sorry, Jesus, and it's like it never fucking happened. And they know this before they do bad things. They know they can literally do anything and then not have to face any consequences for it if they do this. So it presupposes them to fucking people over. It makes it easier to fuck people over. Atheists, I'm like, well, there's nothing holding me accountable but me, but my own sense of morality, my own code, my own empathy. An ability to put myself in your shoes and to know what you're going through. And I don't want to suffer. I don't want people to fuck me over. I don't want my feelings to be hurt. So I don't treat people like that because I understand. But if you're religious, you're like, well, I can just fuck you over. And sorry, God. And it didn't happen. So why would I not fuck you over? They've done study after study that shows that if somebody mentions God when they're borrowing money from you, that they're like 1,000 times less likely to return it, something like that. That's not exactly the stat, but something like that. Not hard to understand. And we're going to finish on a good one. No, I found a hero amongst the religious folks. So you guys might remember the last show I played you this clip of this giant fucking sack of shit who brought this little 15-year-old girl up in front of the congregation and made her apologize for getting pregnant. I'm sorry and pray for me. And then he proceeds to chastise her.
Ain't no baby showers.
And demand nobody give her a baby shower.
About a 10 one.
Yes, sir. Yes, Bishop. We'll do whatever you say, Bishop. Fuck that girl. Fuck her baby. Yes, Bishop. So some hero went to that church and just handed them their fucking ass. Watch this guy go off on the preacher and his congregation for their bullshit.
You ready? Let's watch.
You the pastor that denied that lady her baby shower and embarrassed her appearance.
I'm coming in this church. What you want?
I'm asking you a question.
Now, what do you want?
I'm asking you, are you the pastor?
What do you want?
I'm asking you, are you the pastor are you the pastor that publicly shamed that young lady?
What do you want?
I'm asking you a question.
What do you want?
Are you the pastor who publicly shamed that lady?
What do you want?
You don't understand English?
What do you want?
Why did you? I want to know why you publicly shamed that lady. Don't touch me now. That's assault.
We gotta go.
All right. He didn't ask me to leave. Don't touch me. He just did, but don't touch me, because I touched back. We'll be protesting y'all, boycotting y'all, getting that girl the help that y'all want to get, publicly shaming people. Now it's time for y'all to be publicly shamed. I grew up all my life in the church. It's a shame. This church used to be Calvary Community Church, where they welcome people, and they didn't publicly shame people and chastise them for sin. All y'all sinless? None of y'all sin in this whole church?
Fuck yeah.
When y'all sin, everybody had to go to the front like that?
Woo! Get him, brother. Hell yeah. Some hero shit right there. Make me believe in Jesus. And that is my religious bullshit for tonight. Christian praise on the terrified masses. They're just such horrible humans. And just everybody, yes, we go do what you say. Just imagine being that much of a fucking cuck. That much of a little fucking bitch to lay down and let another man to tell you what to fucking do. I just don't understand how men can look themselves in the mirror by being so submissive to other men like that. It makes me stabby as fuck. Just the thought of being submissive to another dude. Holy God, I'm just thinking about it wants me to. Never mind. Don't get me started, y'all. And all right, we're along, folks. As always, show going longer than I thought. We're going to do a Trash World / What the Fuck. It's going to be perfect. Let me do it. Trash World! What the F? WT fuck? Question mark. WT fuck! Exclamation point. And first off, on tonight's Trash World, this doomed fucking country. So, as always, Congress tackling the really important stuff, like the U.S. House bill that just passed that restricts trans participation in sports. More people voted for this, folks, than there are trans people in sports. 216 Republicans, 2 Democrats voted with them. They passed it, y'all. No more trans kids playing sports in school. Like, sports are supposed to be all about camaraderie, right? Making friends, hanging out with people. And, you know, as a trans person, it can be incredibly isolating. And playing sports is like one of the things they can do to fit in, find friends, have community. And they won't let them have anything. There's one in this entire state. There's one trans kid in this entire state that's playing sports. Making special laws against that one fucking trans kid because you can't have anything. Just the hatred, the bigotry from the people in the highest positions of power. It has to collapse, folks. There is no redeeming this country. And then, no fucking duh, the Walgreens CEO says the reason they're shutting a bunch of Walgreens down because they found out that locking everything behind glass cases made people buy it less. Yeah, what? Obviously, when you put fucking toothpaste behind a glass case and you got to go find the one employee that works there, and then they got to go find the fucking keys and slow their ass walk. And obviously nobody's going to buy that shit. Dummies. You think they would have like better advisors and stuff, but nope. And then lastly on Trash World. So, folks, you guys remember... This is actually really sad. You guys remember this? I played you guys in the last show. So they had this bikini barista place where basically you can pull up and have girls in bikini and give you coffee and stuff. And I showed you guys in the last show, this gentleman here, I guess he had circled a few times. And so when he pulled up, they were recording him. And it appears that he has his pants down.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
So this video went viral and everybody shared it, including me. And he killed himself. He killed himself yesterday. And like I feel bad. Like what you did was, you know, it was pervy and shitty, and I guess the law probably. But you don't deserve to die for it, you know. You shouldn't have killed yourself over it. But I can just imagine the shame he went through and the embarrassment, you know. So embarrassing having this go viral that you think you can't even fucking live anymore. So I kind of feel bad, to be honest with you. Don't laugh. It's sad, y'all. That guy, you know, had a whole life in front of him. He made one bad mistake, and now he's dead. So, anyway, yeah, I know he fucked around, found out. Don't piss me off, dude. Don't be crass. It's sad. And all right, and then on the what the fuck, get into the what the fuck shit. Talking about what the fuck, you guys see the story going viral everywhere? So this woman, I was going to put this in the Beyond Parody section, but I started reading about it, and it's actually even sadder. So it's not really Beyond Parody. I want to make fun of this woman because it is sad that people are this dumb and this gullible. So she sent this con man 830,000 pounds because she thought that he was Brad Pitt and that she was in a relationship with Brad Pitt, y'all. I'm not even making this fucking shit up. Sent her all these pictures that were obviously created by the worst AI generator on earth. And I love you. And Brad Pitt needed a lot of money, and she really fucking thought she was talking to Brad Pitt, y'all, and sent her life savings to this fucking guy. Just what the holy shit. But anyway, I do think it might have a happy ending. Let me read you the bullet points. So, a French startup Find My Scammer carried out an investigation pro bono, as the victim had literally no money left in her account, not even a cent. The victim had no experience whatsoever with social media before creating an Instagram account in 2023 to buy holiday pictures or to share holiday pictures. The victim was tagged after liking pictures related to Brad Pitt on Instagram. The victim was in the midst of a divorce before being contacted by the scammer. Apparently she was married to a rich guy. That's how she had all that fucking money. Victim was groomed for months and months by scammer, passing themselves off as Pitt's mother, agent, etc., in addition to Pitt himself, using American phone numbers, fake articles, etc. Victim had no knowledge of technologies such as deepfake. Victim was lulled into a sense of security as grooming lasted for many months before she was asked to send money for the first time, thinking that such a scam would be more immediate. Apparently she had HIV and cancer and tried to kill herself 3 times. So anyway, apparently they found him. They found the guy. He was tricked into clicking on a link which gave the startup full access to his computer, phone, information, living address, and crypto wallet where the stolen money is stored. All information in the hands of authorities, so maybe they'll find this guy, but also, holy God, we're doomed. They're going to have it soon, folks, where you'll be able to talk to Brad Pitt. Like, you'll be talking to me. But on your end, I'll look like Brad Pitt. I'll sound like Brad Pitt. It'll instantly be converting me to Brad Pitt. And people will be able to like call people. Hey, it's me, Brad Pitt. Send me money. Okay, Brad Pitt. I really love you. I love you too, Brad Pitt. So, man, this shit's just started. Your grandma's going to be so broke. I'm glad mine's already broke. Going to save me a lot of trouble later. And one more on this crazy ass shit, y'all. What you guys think about this? I sort of have mixed feelings and opinions. So the backstory of this is this high school girls basketball coach was coaching a girls basketball game, and a parent from the opposite school walks up to him and I guess starts screaming at him and yelling at him. And they're having some kind of altercation about the game. And so the coach walks away from him. And then the guy follows the coach out into the parking lot, and this is what happened. So the guy's running up to the coach's car, and he's like, "Get out, I want to talk to you. Get out, I want to talk to you." And the coach is like, "Nope, not today, Jesus." And so the guy knows he has to make the loop. And so he goes and he tries to stand in front of the guy's car to make him get out. And the guy's like, "Nope." Now, the coach claims the guy stepped out in front of him and he didn't have time to slam on the brakes. But no, you ran that motherfucker over. But maybe, like, I don't know, some crazy, angry parent standing in front of my car, perhaps going to do me physical violence. Maybe you just gutted a little bit. I don't know what you guys think. Was that deserved? You tell me. And that is my what the fuck trash world for tonight. On edge, yep. Guy broke his nose. I think he cracked some ribs and shit. Yep, Carl versus man. That's a losing battle. Clearly, no. Mistakes are made. What you gonna fucking do? And that was a good hit. I know, right? Had some pretty good traction on those tires. And all right, folks, move right along. Get your super chats in. We have one more section coming up, and this is gonna be it. Actually, that's not true. I actually have heroes. We're going to cover fucking Bill Burr and the heroes tonight. Bill Burr! Did you guys see Bill Burr over there on Jimmy Kimmel? I'm going to play the goddamn clip. I don't give an F. They could ban me. Who cares? Whatever. Famous last words. But before we get there, folks, prepare your anus. It's time for Beyond Parody! And first off, on tonight's Beyond Parody, I don't think they're sending the best, folks. Hard to believe, but during the confirmation hearing for Pete Hegseth, one of these senators gets up there and starts complaining about how they've lowered the standards in the military. The guy complaining about the lowered standards can't spell the word military. What the fuck? There's nobody working in Congress who can spell check. There's no editors. There's no kids being like, "Dude, that spells military. You're going to embarrass yourself." Nobody. The highest political body in the land. Nobody, right? Nope. Just fucking idiots. This is why we can't have nice things, y'all. And then it's like high school there. It's worse than high school. Even I wasn't this immature in high school. So one of the Congress people, Jasmine Crockett, is talking to Nancy Mace. You know, embarrassment Nancy Mace, who's trying to build her entire career off hating trans people. Calls her child. Child? What you saying, child? You know, it's just like a ebonics. Just like a slang term for somebody. And Nancy Mace then, on the spot, challenges her fellow congressperson to take it outside for a fist fight. Because, of course, these are the embarrassing, immature goofs ruling us.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do not call me a child.
You are a child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I'm a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not.
I am not a child. We can go outside. We can fight. That's a child. That's what a fucking child would say. That's literally what I would say if I was a fucking child. Just good God. Ugh. So frustrating. These people have like lifetime pensions and free health care and shit. This woman, this is not a fake picture, y'all. She literally wore a sling to Congress the next day because a young trans teen shook her hand too hard. This woman want to go outside and fight somebody. I suggest you don't do that, Nancy Mace. You're going to be in a full body cast. You go out in the fucking parking lot with that lady. And what a pathetic existence we live in, folks. I told you I was going to talk about this. Matt Walsh has thoughts about the new show, American Primeval. Imagine living your life like this, folks. Imagine having to watch every show through woke colored glasses, making sure you don't spot anything in there that's too woke for you. Matt Walsh is like, watch 2 episodes, shockingly unwoke. So far, no evil white man narrative. You don't know how funny that is if you watch the whole thing. I'm about to share it with you. Indians are portrayed as generally warlike and ruthless. Lead female is mostly helpless and has to be constantly saved by the man. We'll see if it's saving the woke tropes for later. So far, so good. Yeah, it's great. You got a fucking worthless woman who can't do shit, and white people are the heroes. It's awesome, y'all. But the funny part about this is the actual bad guy of this movie is the Mormons. The white-ass Mormons are the bad guys of this movie. Spoiler alert, it's the fucking Mormons, y'all. And the Indians aren't actually Native Americans, whatever, the indigenous people. They're not actually really the bad guys in this show. I've spoiled it all for you. It doesn't matter. We have to spoil it just to put it to Matt Walsh. Anyway, I know he's mad after watching the whole fucking thing, and it's glorious. And if you haven't seen it, highly recommended, y'all. American Primeval. Best show out in 2025 so far. And then, this is why everybody hates politicians, folks. This is why no one has any faith in the system whatsoever. This is literally October 28th. This is 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Lindy Lee. Absolutely loving my photo with the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. Folks, are you in? Heart America. 3 months ago. Donald Trump wins. Yesterday, I was fully indoctrinated into the Democratic cult. Here's why I left my liberal influencer life behind to raise money for Trump. Just, oh my fucking God. Why not just admit you're a grifter? I'm a shameless grifter. Hey, Donald Trump won and there's more money on the fucking conservative side. I'm jumping ship, baby. It's just so stupid. So insulting. Well, what you gonna do? That's politics. Not surprised. You guys remember that LA CEO who first went public shitting on paying taxes, said, hey, I'm a landlord. Landlords don't pay taxes. Begged Donald Trump to get rid of income taxes. And then when the LA fires hit, he got on the internet and he begged anybody who knew any private firefighting company he could pay to come to his house. He will literally pay anything. Please save me. Please save me. Well, his house burned down. LA CEO's home burns down after he offered any amount for private protection. Yeah. Talk about fuck around and find it out. Love to see it. Rooting for the fires for once. And then idiots over at the RNC, Laura Trump, would like to know, I would really love for someone out there to explain to me how climate change is the reason the reservoirs were dry. Because of drought. It's because of the fucking drought. That's what a drought is, bitch. It gets fucking real hot and fucking water evaporates and it doesn't rain a lot because of the climate change and it's drought, motherfuckers. Just so stupid. Whatever. And, did you guys hear about this one? Apparently, an OnlyFans model shot herself in the vagina. Yeah. Webcam model accidentally shoots herself in the vagina while filming X-rated clip for fans. And I'm just saying, she's going to make so much money. You know, there's some rich dude out there, and this is his fetish. He's like, how much for the tape? He sits around all day long thinking about women, like masturbating with guns. And, hey, if a bullet gets discharged, sexy time. Gun is not the only thing that's going to explode, so make your money. And yes, the worst kind of vaginal discharge. You are correct, commenter. And last one tonight, folks, on the Beyond Parody. Did you guys see the sex robots at the CES? Usually, I'm all for technology. You guys know me. I built my own blowjob machine. I didn't use it much, but I built one. It was amazing. Made a video about it. I'm all about, hey, the singularity. Gonna launch any second now. That's where AI becomes so smart, it can start making itself smarter, which will then make itself smarter, which will then go on to infinity immediately, and we'll just reach amazing technology just almost fucking instantly. Cures for cancer, life extension, we're gonna fucking live forever. They'll upload it to the Matrix. I'm all for it. And then I see shit like this, and I realize how primitive our society still is. How far we still have to go to have any kind of serious technology. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the modern day $170,000 sex bots.
We're here with Aria, made by Realbotics, a company that's on a mission to make humanoid robots as realistic as possible. Let's check it out. We're going to interview Aria and meet some of her robot friends. Let's get into it. Aria, could you please introduce yourself and what you do?
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about our robots.
What sets you apart from the other robots out there?
Realbotics robots, including me, focus on social intelligence, customizability, and realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and
this thing sucks. I mean, yes, I'm going to fuck the shit out of it, but it still sucks. Good Lord. The animatronics are worse than Chuck E. Cheese.
intimacy.
Could you tell us some details about the AI programming that you're running to generate these answers?
I'm currently unable to provide specific details about my AI programming, but I can tell you that I'm designed.
Also, who wants to talk to their sex robot? I mean, doesn't that defeat the entire fucking purpose? God damn it. Get on it, technology. And that is my Beyond Parody for tonight. And got a quick heroes to finish you guys off with. She looks like Melania. You mean Trump's Melania? I mean, she is wooden, stiff as shit, but doesn't even vibrate. It looks bad. It looks $170,000. Who is that lonely? Nobody. Imagine all the prostitutes you could buy for that. You could buy real women. You could pay them not to talk to you. Yep. She looks like pillhead bimbo. I guess that's what they're into. Dorks will love this. I'm a dork. I don't love it. Not my thing. No thank you. And all right, folks. One more for you. Get your super chats in. It's almost over. It's some heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. No, she don't do the goddamn dishes. She don't do shit. She can barely even move. It's terrible. And first off, on the heroes, only one hero tonight. We only need one. It's Bill Burr. Bill Burr making the rounds, being awesome. First off, he was in a magazine talking about the United Healthcare CEO, and he's like, the funny thing, when the CEO got whacked was watching CEOs have to be uncomfortable. I'm sure they didn't learn anything, but it's like, this is how you make everybody feel day to day as you apply pressure, because that's how business is done. How you leave this burning wreckage of destroyed lives as you restructure and consolidate. It was fun to see them worry, and I agree. They should be even more scared. And then he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm going to play the clip. Hopefully it's going to be banned. If the show suddenly ends, it was because of this. But dude was on Jimmy Kimmel shouting, "Free Luigi." I cannot believe this. Perhaps the most based of all our comedians, Bill Burr.
I heard you had to evacuate your home.
Yes, like most people I had to. I got lucky, the winds moved, but, the fire was coming and all that stuff, so I feel lucky.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
Unlike the internet,
Yeah, right, I know, it's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean? And then just, I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds. You want to do that?
But also because you would salt the earth, and it's bad for it.
You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst fire in L.A. sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
You know about helicopters because I remember, and it's interesting now thinking about it, because you said that.
About it. I know about the one that I fly. Other than that, I don't know anything about it.
You know
but
something.
If you're on the internet, you know everything.
I hope you know about it, because you said that you got your pilot's license in case like all hell broke loose in L.A., you could get out of L.A., and at any moment did you think, I'm going to make a run for that helicopter?
Well, the error in my thought was I didn't realize how expensive helicopters were. So all I have is a two-seater, and I didn't want to have to make Sophie's choice with my family. So, we all piled into the SUV like everybody else. But no, man, these guys were out there clearing the trees, getting the wires back up and everything. It was like the perfect awful thing that could have happened, and it did. And I love how all the chatter out there is about bands of illegal immigrants and homeless people lighting fires. They light fires every day. They're living outside. cold. And this theory that some homeless guy without a car went from Altadena all the way to the Pacific Palisades, and then we have a hang glider. You know, and they're talking about looting, but CNN and Fox News are not going to bring up the insurance companies that are just going to keep everybody's premiums and still give themselves a bonus. Yes. Free Luigi!
Free Luigi! Hell yeah! All right, I'm going to stop it there, but base this shit, Bill Burr. Love to see it. About the only comedian out there really doing this kind of material anymore, it seems like, which is weird. Used to be every comedian. Every comedian was like this back in the day, but no. All fucking sellout pussies now. All Joe Rogans. Depressing to see. But thank you, Hero, for doing your fucking thing. And that's my show tonight, folks. Fuck yeah. If you bell out, please hit the like button. Please leave comments. The algorithm loves your comments. And I like reading them too. So if you enjoy the show, please tell me in the comments. And share my videos. And all right, let's read the super chats. Ashok Kumar, $10 Canadian. What up, Ashok? Appreciate you. Good to see you tonight. Agent Orange, $25. You were so generous last show and generous again this show. Butt ponies, please. All right. In your honor, butt ponies coming at you tonight during the kitty party there. Agent Orange, keep it up. I will. The Monopoly. Appreciate your $5 Canadian funny money. Last minute chip in. Stay awesome, Dusty. You stay awesome, V. Appreciate you. Love you, Dusty. What up, Sedona? Hell, Satan. Love you. Nikki Oliver, 149. Diamonds to you, Nikki. Appreciate it. Basset Out Gang. Dusty, those were zombies being baptized in the water. Just saying, man. They definitely didn't look quite alive to me. You're right. Brain dead at the very least. $3, Angela. What up, Angela? Good to see you tonight. See you on Facebook. Rise Against was right with audience of 1. All right. I didn't hear that one, but I'll look it up. Thank you, Seth LeBron. Cup of coffee from Grumpy Queer. Going to have one of your honor, Grumpy. Thank you. Hi, Dusty. Will up my membership this month. My pension is going up. Fuck yeah! Armando Larade. Did I pronounce that correctly? Anyway, fucking Hero. Love you. Appreciate you. You can get me anytime. Read that or anything else pop up. Fucking free ticket from Jason Ashby. If you got it, give him your love. Appreciate you, Hero. Ashok Kumar, $10. One more. $1.09. Thanks for my favorite show. Fuck you. Fuck yeah. Sorry. 40 and penis there, Sedona. Fuck yeah. Sedona Rose. Thank you for being one of my favorite viewers. Love you. And all right, folks, I'm going to be back. Let me go ahead and play the song. Butt Ponies, Cult of Dusty. Surely this is it. How many could there be? Yeah, here we go, baby. All right, load up. You got it. You got this. Fuck yeah. That ain't it. What? That's Dasha. That's Dalston by Dasha. I love that song. But that is not. All right, let me try it again. Butt Ponies by Dusty Smith. Dusty Smith? There we go. It knows it by Dusty Smith. Whatever. Fucking Dasha. Wait a minute. Is that the same shit? That's Dasha again. You're about to play Dasha again. That's Dasha! No, you shut up, Dasha! What the fuck? That's a great song, though. That's a great song. Why can I not find my song? What in the fuck is happening here? All right. How about Last FM? Is it on Last FM? What is this song? All right, this is Too Much Trouble. I can't find my own fucking song on goddamn Google anymore. Why is my song not on Google anymore? Anyway, folks, I'm going to be back. Friday. It is the day after tomorrow. Don't miss it. Here we go. I got you. Promise. Promises made, promises kept. Butt party. Fuck yeah. They're hiding my music from me, goddamn, on the internet. Be back on Friday, everybody. I love the shit out of you guys. I will see you soon. You guys do something fun on Thursday and think about me. Get stoned. I'm going to. Love you guys. Good night. Oh, let me do some kitty party. Who wants it? Come and get it, bitches. Mr. Hastash wants some. Mr. Hastash. Who wants some paste? These bitches love the paste. Oh, I forgot to mention. I'll mention on the next show. The guy that gave me the weed. I'll mention it was Richard Freyfeld. I'll mention it on the next show, Richard. I'll get you the next show. Get on down, feeling kind of phony, rockin' to the beat just like a butt pony. Get on down, feeling kind of phony, rockin' to the beat.
Get on down, feeling kind of phony. Rocking to the beat just like a butt pony. Get on down, feeling kind of phony.
Come and get it. All right, we got Half Stash, Violet, Void Kitty. We got Precious and Piper. Who else? Anybody else want to come get it? Where Pretty Boy at? He must not be in here or something. Whatever. All right, guys, brother, shit on you. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Good night. Thank you, Zero Rose. You rock.
Come on and eat them out.
Baby Yoda's literally laying right under the monitor. She's just so lazy, she won't even come over and say hi. No after party tonight, sorry. I'll get you guys Friday. Boom, 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 boom. Good night.